recording now?
I think so.
Soon enough. How
usually the red
how have we
light
been using this thing for? Yeah.
That's why I was asking, because usually the red light on the corner usually like shows up. I was like, I don't see
Hello,
it.
happy campers. I'm Spike. That's Chris.
I'm Chris.
That's still
What's
Chris. This is Geeking Out. And I believe we are still at Batman 66 angles, aren't we? Are we leaning any at all? I guess not. It just looked like we were, but meh. If we're leaning in this episode, ignore it. Just take your monitor and kind of like turn it to
Just lean with us. Be like,
it's a gangster lean. Anyway. So I guess this is our news-ish episode. We've had quite a couple of weeks, but
yeah,
got our 80th birthday party for the Joker out of the way this past week, finally.
Yes.
But if certain dolts on this show weren't moving people all over the county last week. True that. So anyway, this is our news-ish episode. Actually, we've got all kinds of things to talk about regarding the show that we need to get into. Because this one was complaining somebody wanted the name back, apparently.
I don't know what I did to piss somebody off. I think maybe because usually, like, if somebody posted something, like from, I don't know, like Collider, anybody who reports movie news, okay? If somebody reports that, sometimes I share it, but I'm not the only one that does it. There's a lot of others, but
that's what the Twitter feed is for this show.
Yeah, I share it and put it on MovieGeek on Facebook, just to keep people updated for other people that wants to know this stuff. You know, I mean, that's what the whole thing is about. It talks about movies. So anyway, apparently I got kicked out of my own group that I created. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And
this is not the first time you've done this either. You've been kicked out of Facebook.
Oh, Facebook, yes. But I can still get on Facebook. I can still be on Facebook. It's just every time I type in Movie Geek and click on it and see my symbol on there, it gets on there saying, I'm sorry, but Facebook has stopped. Report or okay.
Have you tried the website?
No.
Instead of just the app?
No.
You probably need to uninstall and reinstall an app. You got re-upped.
Update my Facebook? I don't know.
This is why I don't pay attention to social media, because I know it's just a matter of time. I swear the first time Facebook gives me the hassles trying to update anything on it or post one of these videos, what's it for Facebook? YouTube, for that matter, is... If I were to sit here and say something that they don't like about the Rona, then they would kick us off of YouTube.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I can still post things to Movie Group, because I did. But if I want to get on there and just check out the whole thing, it won't let me. So, I don't know.
By the way, speaking of the Rona, we're going to be doing an episode where we're going to be updating. Apparently, we've managed to draw the line at playing Keep Away and Cootie. There will be no DEF-CON lava on the floor. But, because we're finally going to start seeing retailers open. I might as well go ahead and just tell what's going on, because we are recording this on Sunday, May 10th. Okay? Our good Gubna Andy Rushier.
He just loves saying that, I think.
Andy, he's decided in his infinite wisdom that starting May 11th, we're going to able to start reopening businesses and stuff in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Most of the local groups are going to go along with it. Now, if you're in Lexington or Louisville, your mileage will vary. Okay, but May 11th, office-based businesses are going to open. Horse racing will reopen, but no fans. Dog grooming will reopen. Hey, we got our priorities straight there, buddy. Manufacturing be open. Here's the important thing. Starting May 20th, retailers get to reopen. Oh, and houses of worship are allowed to reopen on May 20th too, starting the 20th of May. So that is next Wednesday from the day we record this. We need to get a hold of Scott, find out whether he's actually going to reopen Scott's Comic Relief or not. I haven't heard from him since
I haven't heard nothing from him.
since we've had to since the Rona-itis hit.
Which I was down that way yesterday, and I was trying to figure out how come like the place next door is like a beauty place. There was 2 cars parked in front of it, but his was not. And I'm like, well, what makes a beauty parlor? I mean, I don't get that. Like,
Got to keep the naturally curly hair going somehow.
it's
So anyway, May 20th is when the retailers will be able to start opening. Now they have to follow certain guidelines and stuff. You gotta wear the masks and stuff, and all the cootie masks and everything. But okay, May 25th, they're finally going to allow social gatherings of 10 people or less. Isn't that nice of them? Isn't that nice of our overlords? Anyway, barbers and salons and cosmetology businesses and other services like that will open on the 25th, and I believe that is the Monday after Memorial Day. That is Memorial Day, actually. So, nice timing there, Andy. Restaurants will be able to open on May 22nd for sit-down service. That's next Friday. That's 33% capacity. So, in other words, you can only be seated at 1/3 of their seats. You have to keep your distance and stuff still. Outdoor, you can do pretty much whatever you want. But movie theaters are back on June 1st. They're allowed to reopen June 1st. They'll probably have to follow the distancing too, so they might be able to open at least 1/3 of their seats in each of the theaters. So that would help some. Campgrounds reopen June 11th, and childcare on June 15th. I don't know why they're waiting so long on that one, but hey, our good government, they know what they're doing, right?
I guess.
Right. So anyway, so restaurants will be allowed to reopen indoor and outdoor seating beginning May 22nd, and movie theaters on June 1st, retailers on May 20th. Therefore, finally starting to see some thaws on this.
Watch out for those murder hornets.
Yeah, the murder hornets are left. There's an old, for those of you who remember, like early version of Microsoft Windows, and this is a geek reference and borderline nerd reference. If you remember the old versions of Windows, like 95 and 3.1 stuff that were based on the old DOS, the disk operating system, if it hit something, made it just crash, it would throw up a little things saying this program stopped. Would you, and it gave you 3 choices: abort, retry, or fail. We need to abort 2020. We really do. Just jettison it. Okay, 2020's done. Take the murder hornets with you. Let's just move from May 2020 to January 2021. I'll take another 3 months of cold because we're getting it anyway. Thank you, global warming. We're getting cold air anyway. We got another freeze warning last night, and it's May 10th, 2020. We're getting hard freezes here in Kentucky.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are talking about, just
bunk this noise. No more of the 2020. Okay, 2020 is a complete failure. Wash our hands of it. Go ahead and grab some of that hand sanitizer if you can find any. Spray, just hose yourself down with Lysol and just throw 2020 in the crapper. Let's move on to 2021. I don't even care who wins in November anymore.
I'm afraid of what 2021 would actually have.
I would say it can't be worse, but yes, it can be worse.
Yeah,
so
it could be worse.
I just throw my hands
I do
up
have a
and walk
question
away.
though. When we open back up, how long do we have to wear face masks?
Until your good overlords tell you you can take them off. Customers are advised and strongly recommended to wear them. If you're an employee in a place, you're required to wear a mask. Starting Monday. Starting Monday. Thou shalt wear your frickin' mask.
So I literally have to remember to grab the mask before I leave the apartment.
Yep. I've gotten to
That's
the point
my
I
problem,
just
so,
keep one in my pocket, and then if somebody makes a fuss, I put it on, and y'all and your Rona games, you go right ahead.
Yeah,
Knock
they're
yourselves
gonna
out.
fuss no matter what.
Anyway, that was your movie geek thing. We needed to talk about that. That wasn't what I meant. We are coming up on episode 100 of this show. Okay, 100 episodes. And you told me something last week about geeking out. Now, we understand, we are not the first guys to have a show called Geeking Out.
Yes.
Okay? We just happen to have been using it for the last year.
Yes. When we started this thing, I made sure, I looked it up on YouTube to make sure that Geeking Out isn't already taken. There was 3 that already had the name. Okay? But their last videos was like reported. One of them went back to about 7 years ago, and one was like 2 years ago, and the other one was about both of them was about 2 to 3 years ago. Well, one of them made a comeback, and they got more followers than what we do, and I figured it might confuse people to get on there, type in Geeking Out, and then they have their videos, which ain't too bad because they have their videos, then they have Geeking Out with James something.
Geeking out with my family.
And then there's us.
Have a good time. Huh?
And then there's us. So when you type it in, there's 1, 2, and then we're the third one on the spot. Mostly because we probably got less.
We're actually coming in behind an inactive account.
Yeah.
So for our 100th blowout episode, whenever we get around to it, this is episode 93, I think. I think we're at 93. This is 93. When we get to episode number 100, we're just going to go ahead and tell you, odds are we're going to be changing the name, but we don't know to what yet. And I don't know.
I mean, we could just keep Geeking Out and then put, like, Geeking Out with Spike and Chris.
Which is what we've been doing for the last year anyway, so why are you gripping on this thing then?
Well, it's not in the title. The main title.
Okay. Now, hold on. Now, we've already done the little thing down here with all the social media and stuff. And yes, Discord will come eventually, okay? Maybe Zoom. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway. Because I don't care what the Chinese do. Anyway. Okay. All the things that we have at the beginning of the episode that shows all the social media things. How many says Geeking Out? Ooh, quiz. Quiz time.
Okay.
See if any of you guys been paying attention. Think about it. Think it through. How many says Geeking Out?
One.
Which one?
That's usually, look, when I tune in, that's usually when I'm like getting something to drink during the whole, you know.
That's why I put it in there so everybody can get good and drunk before they have to listen to us.
Which is the best way to listen to us.
half of our social media accounts are under the Who, What, Where banner.
Yes.
WHOWOTWARE, spell it right. And the other half are under the Spike and Chris banner. SPIKENCHRIS, huh?
I just wonder there's one Geeking Out thing on there though. That you put on there. We don't even know our own show. That's pretty sad. Gosh.
It's par for the course. It's YouTube, YouTube, Facebook video, baby. Until we start doing it live, and
I'm ashamed.
We probably should just start doing live videos, but YouTube won't let us. Oh, bastards. Anyway.
Well, we can do live stream.
So anyway, you will see.
I don't know who to tune.
You will see some changes coming up here with the 100th episode, and
hopefully better equipment.
We're still upgrading equipment.
Upgrades.
It took us a year to finally upgrade our chairs, so we actually have something that's comfortable to sit in. We're also here in the Whowotware studios in gorgeous downtown Jeffersonville. And actually, it's gorgeous downtown Lucky Stop. So technically, it's Jeffersonville. Anyway. So anyway, the Royal Whowotware studios have been rearranged. That's why things look a little wonky right now. But we'll see what happens here in the next couple of weeks.
Oh,
like I said, with number 100, should see some things changing. But so we're not getting our news-ish episode in at the moment. That'll be coming up next time, whenever I can actually get it up and running, because I actually put episode 93 in the can, but it will not process with my old equipment. So you gotta understand, there's the technical side. Okay, we're all geeks here, so let me just go ahead and say, and I know film geeks are checking this out. Some of them anyway are checking this out. We are operating with, it's not an old camera, but it's one of these cameras, and when it hits, it puts things into an MOV format, okay? So it's like ultra high def. It's actually pretty high quality, but it makes my older computer gag on it. When we hit about 15-20 minutes into an episode, it'll stop that one file and start another file and continue. So like 2 weeks ago, we tried an experiment. We just talked and talked and talked. I was going to split it up so that way we could post smaller episodes and just go. We wouldn't be introducing Geeking Out each week or in each episode. That didn't work out because when you do that in a program, it doesn't actually delete part of the part you don't need in your project. It just hides it so you don't see it. So now it's sitting on my old 10-year-old computer is sitting there gagging on about 6 gigs of video trying to process all at once, and I'm only looking at about 2 gigs of it. That's why things have been choking out here in the last week. Technical issues. We'll see with an update. So anyway, I guess this will be episode 93 then, and we'll just go ahead and wrap this episode right now.
93.
We'll do our news-ish episode coming up next time whenever I get that out. And like I said, until next time, I'm Spike.
I'm Chris.
That is Chris. We'll see you next time on Geeking Out. That's if he can remember whether the red or the white indicates he's recording.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.